Greetings, fellow citizens! In this video, we are taking a look at chip names. This is a new feature introduced in 3.13. Hammerhead, Reclaimer, Karak, Mercury Star Runner, Origin 600i and 890 Jump have this feature. Let's take a look how it is in game. And here we have Origin 890 Jump. Can you read the chip name? Well, I can't. Let's zoom in a bit. More. Yeah, there is something. Something very, very small. More about this soon. 890 Jump, Carl Sagan. Yeah, good job, I guess. And we have the Karak. Where is your name? I have no idea. Let's zoom in. Yeah, Carl Edward Sagan. Carl Sagan was taken for the Karak. Yeah, again, very small. And CRG talked about this. I will show you this video soon. But even if the font would be much bigger, this name couldn't be a lot bigger because there is a window to the left and some hatches to the right. Maybe find a better spot. And here we have Hammerhead in 2019's Best in Show skin that I cannot remove. Yeah, it's but ugly. So where is your name? Ages. Okay, nothing here. Oh, there's something. At least there's enough space to make this a lot bigger, but it's rather small again, and it's on the top. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all the other ships have the name at the side, but here the name is on the top. This doesn't look like well thought out. Yes, there wouldn't be a lot of space on the side, but maybe here where you have ages. Yeah, right. Why not put a name where you have ages? And here we have Reclaimer in 2019's Best in Show skin that I can also not remove. And I would like to because this skin is absolutely ugly. So where's your name? Okay, it's right here. That's actually not a bad spot. And there seems to be room for making this a lot bigger in the future. And we have Mercury Star Runner. And this name again is very small, and I picked it not because I'm a fan of Star Wars. I picked this name to make people angry. And yes, there's a spelling error because the other name was already taken. Yeah, there's room for improvement to make this a lot bigger. Still, this looks very, very rough. Let's listen to CRG's video and then I will tell you my thoughts about this.
Why are the names so small on the ships that are nameable?
So I can take that one. So essentially it's not designed to be that small. So it's a current limitation we're looking to fix later on. So currently we have to account for a 32 character long names. And essentially we can't dynamically scale the font size based off the length yet. So we do want to make them larger. But if we just made them larger right now, they become less sharp. And so obviously be compounded by the issue I just mentioned. So long term, we want to make them larger, but in the short term, this was just an interim solution to get it out.
Yeah, as is often the case with Star Citizen, that we have T0 implementations, then T1, then T2. This first implementation was just about getting the tech working and functioning and finding out all those things that we need to still address in the future, like one of these things like the character limits and the scaling size and stuff like that.
And here are my thoughts about this. And to clarify this, this is not a personal attack. I don't think that everyone working for this project is incompetent. Of course not. We can deal with fonts for decades by now. I don't understand why CRG just didn't give us a field where we can put in our names and where we can select the size. To a certain limit, of course. There must be borders for the maximum size, and maybe even customize the colors of our ship names. This would be trivial. If you are looking at games like, for example, ACC, you can customize your cars a lot, all for free of course, and you can even import graphics and put them onto your cars. And every time CRG talks about we want to fix later, it usually means maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, so don't get your hopes up that this will change anytime soon. And yes, I am aware this game is still in alpha and this is a tier 0 implementation. However, even for a tier 0 implementation, I would call this a fail. I hope you found this interesting and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
So essentially the process kind of begins with we want to get these pre-configured schemes done. So you could, for example, go off and go, oh, you know what, I want a NASA themed kind of skin, or I want, you know, a District 9 themed skin, or I want a, you know, a pink Hello Kitty themed skin. And then essentially, you know, we as artists create, well, basically the material files. They're tiny in memory. They're so small that we can have like hundreds of them if we want to, because they're all calling the same textures. That's what's done under the hood, okay? Once those material files are created and obviously named accordingly and sanity checked that the emblem is called emblem and the submaterial ID is called submaterial ID 1, 2, and 3, they have to be the same names. That's then handed to tech design to then kind of set that up with the loadout that they're putting together for that ship. Further forward, we want these kind of paint configurations to become hex codes. So if you're in like a guild of 20 players, and you know the clan leader said, all right, this is our paint scheme, there's going to be no like guessing work. Like you get the hex code, you put it in there, and it automatically will say, oh, you know what, we've got matte black against yellow against pink, something crazy, and every ship in your fleet, you can put that hex code on and it will automatically go into that color configuration. So there's a lot of kind of cool things, and as artists we do this stuff all day every day, and we were just like, why wouldn't we give the end user this functionality? So that's the overall plan. There is a lot of kind of very things you have to be careful with when you're authoring the shaders for this stuff, so it can accommodate these options, but we're on top of that, and that's kind of, yeah, it's good. That's what we're doing on the initial kind of burst of ships right now. I think it's really cool, and it's really amazing to see, like today I just kind of caught up with the guys and looked at what we're working on for that stuff, and there's like a fleet of 50 ships, all with different skins, all with different loadouts, and it injects color into the game. You can have your kind of personal things going on, which is kind of cool. If I was going to pick one to fly and customize myself, I've always got a sweet spot for the Avenger. If it was me, I'd probably go for a dirty chrome kind of finish. The shape is just kind of so kind of primitive. To get some kind of highly reflective material on it, I think would just look super cool in space. So that's what I would go for.
Hey, you are still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_FFM, and this is the city I live in, Frankfurt am Main. On Twitter I post about my videos and sometimes just some funny little videos.
Action!
Would be nice if you would join me on Twitter.